7 steps to starting a business successfully. And by the way, these videos tend to do very well, so I enjoy making them. But I think it's because basically everyone wants to know exactly how do you actually build a business from the ground up. However though, guys, okay, this video is not about ideas when it comes to business, although I will show you in this video exactly how I build my entire YouTube business as examples for all of my visual learners out there. However though, if you want to know how to start a business and you need ideas, the answer is I also have other videos. For example, how to start a business with $1,000, or for example, how to start a business with $0. And those links are down below, so that way you know exactly how to get a business idea to actually try and actually start. And by the way, there's also a book. It's called 100 Side Hustles by Chris Gillibo. And this book right here also has a lot of ideas. However though, these 7 steps right here is basically once you have an idea, well, what do you do next, okay? How do I market? How do I build it up? How do I get financing? That is what this video right here is all about. Now, if you guys are new here, I post videos, guess what? Not once a week, not twice a week, every single day on 3 channels, okay? So subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. On top of that, also destroy the like button. And subscribe to my other channels, links down below. And by the way, leave a comment down below and let me know exactly what is your business idea. And by the way, guys, take the chance to actually do that. Why, Tommy? It's my idea. I hold it so fondly. The answer is no. Everyone watching this video is interested in business, meaning everyone here can give you advice on what your idea is, if it's good, if it's bad, and also tips. Don't think somebody's gonna steal it. There are no ideas to steal out there. Everything's been done basically. So just comment down below. Let me know your idea. And I also comment down below back and tell you, hey, good idea, bad idea, but I will be 100% honest, okay? Now, the very first thing, guys, is more like a warning than any step, okay? So it's not like the first step yet out of the 7, but it's a warning here. The thing I hear all the time is, Tommy, I have an idea, but guess what? I don't have funding, I still have a job, I have to make an LLC, get a DBA, maybe an S Corp, whatever it is. The answer is usually that's going to be BS, procrastination stuff going through your head, okay? You don't need to quit your job. You don't need a lot of funding. And you especially don't really need an LLC when you're first starting out. Why? Because you're just getting started, okay? When you first get a car, you're not gonna get a Mercedes or a Lamborghini. The answer is no. You start small with a Corolla, learn how to manage, learn how to drive, and then potentially you get a nicer car. But the answer is you start small, step by step, and don't make the excuse that, hey, I have a job, I have this stuff. Guess what? I had 3-4 jobs when I was doing my business also, okay? It's just a part of the game. And it also gives you a lot of appreciation for your business, and also it gives you the ability to actually focus in on what you're actually doing, all right? So no excuses here. Start with what you have. You don't need a lot of money, but these right here are the steps to actually going ahead and creating a successful business. Now, the very first step, guys, is going to be you got to choose one idea. Now notice I said one idea, not 3, not 4, not 5, because basically I know for a fact people that have business ideas, they have multiple, and that comes into procrastination. But tell me, I had this idea, I did it for 3 days, it didn't work. I'm trying this one now. No, you don't want to do that, okay? You want to try one idea at a time and give it time to actually become something, all right? Do that, please. How do I know this? Because basically I did the exact same thing in college. I had a phone business, a sneaker business, a YouTube business with different videos also. I had 2 jobs. The answer is I was doing a lot, and most likely kind of like spreading myself too thinly, okay? Just try one idea and try that one all the way through. See if it works, see if it doesn't work. Now, for all of my visual learners here, the idea I'm picking for this video is going to be creating a YouTube business. Tommy, why that? Because obviously I got one of those, okay? So it's the best one. I can tell you exactly how everything works. So first step is pick an idea. My idea is YouTube, okay? So you gotta go out there and comment down below exactly what your idea is. Or for example, grab a pen and paper and start watching this video, but also writing down everything. First step, what is your idea? My idea is making a YouTube channel about a niche called finance. I'm only gonna do finance on my YouTube channel, okay? You gotta pick one thing, and that's what I'm gonna do. If yours is, for example, a shoe business, vending machine business, write it down, all right? That's the first step. Now, step number 2, guys, Tommy, what is it? All right, let me know. Now, step number 2, guys, is going to be you gotta analyze your competition, okay? Your competition has all the answers and all the success that you already have. I don't care who you are out there. If you're just gonna start it, there's someone over there doing things at a higher level, and that is your competition. And you want to analyze them. Oh, Tommy, I'm too good. My ideas are too great. Picasso said, a good artist creates and a great artist steals, I think what it was, but you get the point, right? You gotta go out there, see what they're doing and how it's working. Now, I'll tell you a story here. There's a guy, his name is Sam Walton, and he started out trying to create little retail stores around the country, in rural areas or whatever. And the whole idea was every time he would go on a trip with his family, either outside of America or within American borders, the answer was he would always stop at convenience stores, and he had a tape writer. You guys know the tape writers back then. This is a brush, not a tape writer. It's not magic, okay? He would like click and say, hey, this store has the fruits in the front. This store has the candy in the front. This store has like 4 aisles. I wonder why. He was just analyzing his competition to find out, hey, who is the best and what do they do, okay? So when he was coming from a small store, he went to Kmart, he went to Target, he went to all those stores out there to find out, hey, what do they do better than I do? And he would grab those ideas and incorporate them into his plan. Tommy, I don't care about that guy, okay? He should have gone to Walmart to check it out. Sam Walton is the founder and creator of Walmart. Okay, so that's the guy that did everything I'm telling you here. And by the way, that guy also went to jail because one day he was outside of the country and he was with his little tape writer, and they caught him and said, hey, sir, you got to stop. And they took it away from him, and they actually arrested him because he wouldn't give it up. Okay, but then he eventually got back the tape writer and got out of jail like in one day, obviously. But the guy, Sam Walton, was the creator of Walmart, and he did that. So can you. You got to go out there and analyze businesses. That way you know exactly what they're doing, what's working, what's not working, so you can basically create a better product. In my case, visual learners here. Again, my business is YouTube Finance. Who is my competition? Well, I know Graham Stephan is. I know Meet Kevin is. I know Andre is. I know Nate O'Brien is. I also know Brian Young is also my competition, right? So what do? I go to the channels. I see what's working, what gets views, what doesn't get views. I see when they upload, when don't they upload. All that stuff, all that information, I take it in, okay? I take it in and I make better content. That's the whole idea. You got to analyze your competition. It's the foundation of everything. Apple, great. But there's a whole industry around Apple. You have Samsung, you have chargers, all this stuff. People build products around that part of Apple, right? It's all about competition. You gotta analyze your competition. You gotta know exactly who's better than you. Someone's better than you out there. Know why. And that way you can take them down, okay? It's kind of like messed up, I know, but it's a part of business and a part of how it works. Yes, you can have multiple businesses out there, but in reality, if you wanna be the best, you gotta do what the best is doing at a higher level. That's how things work. And by the way, guys, before I go to number 3 though, I wanna tell you guys one more thing. I took this to a certain level where basically I started working for YouTubers to find out exactly what they do, what works best, and then incorporate it over to my channel. And that's when things clicked and I became more successful when it came to YouTube. But it starts with analyzing your competition. You don't wanna start something that no one's doing usually. Probably not the best idea, all right? Now, number 3, guys, is going to be, well, you gotta decide exactly what's going to make you unique. Now, the big idea is basically, Tommy, well, the people that are bigger than me have a massive advantage, whether a business, a person, a company, whatever it is, because they're massive. The answer is no. Size is not always an advantage. You know why? Because sometimes those people cannot focus on everything else out there. So for example, Sam Walton, again, the founder of Walmart. When he first started out, it was just one store. It wasn't 20 or 1,000 of them. He didn't have that much money, obviously. But the idea was that, you know, when you had Kmart, the big company back then, right? Kmart, oh my God. Well, guess what? Kmart had all their locations in very big cities. And guess what? Sam Walton said, hey, they're in all big cities, but what about the rural areas with a few population? But in reality, I can have a store there and make money from them. Solve a problem there, right? So what did he do? He went to those rural areas and made Walmarts there and got customers that way and slowly started expanding and expanding and expanding. But you gotta see exactly what size does not allow you to do, take advantage of that and basically solve that problem that your competitor cannot solve just yet. So, visual learners, Tommy, all right, YouTube business here, what would you do here? The answer is, well, I know for a fact when a YouTuber gets too big, they can't answer all their comments. They have way too many ideas, more than they have time to actually make them. And on top of that, guess what? They can't post all the content that I can with all my free time. So what do? I go out there, I post videos every single day. Quality content, by the way, every single day. And in the beginning, it's all about quantity. You get better at quality eventually, but it's all about quantity, quantity, quantity. On top of that, they can't answer all the comments. I'm gonna answer all my comments plus all of their comments because I know for a fact their audience is my audience also. It's the exact same audience that I actually want. So everything they can't do because they're so big, I'm gonna go ahead and do also. I'll answer all the comments and all the ideas that they can't make, not enough time, I'm gonna go ahead and make all of those videos. And by the way, that's my formula. You know, if I post 3 videos a day, which I do, I can basically do all the work they can't do. And I can basically outwork them. And eventually in the long term, you'll see this, I will be #1. Okay? That's the goal. Well, not really the goal, but this is a part of the game. And that's what's gonna happen, okay? It's just bound to happen. So basically, you gotta see exactly what is going to make you unique, okay? Don't say, well, my product is so much better. It isn't. You know, when you see the iPhone, you see Samsung, you see LG, all these companies, phones are pretty much solid, right? They're pretty awesome. What's the big difference here? It's not, for example, like the actual material, but it's what the problem they're actually able to solve for people. That's all it is, honestly, okay? Now, #4, guys, is going to be, well, if you want to start a business, you gotta have, for example, also a business plan in place. Now, this does not have to be a whole thing where, hey, Tommy, well, now you're talking about college here. I don't want to go to college, okay? No, you don't got to do all that stuff. Everything is online on YouTube and Google and how to make a business plan. But the basics are very simple. Now, if you want to go super ultra on this stuff, the answer is you can make, for example, a traditional business plan or, for example, a lean startup business plan. Look those up. You'll find how to do them. But in reality, when it comes to a business plan, the idea is pretty simple. You gotta know exactly who your market is. So you write that down. Well, what's my market? What's their age? What's my demographic also? On top of that, what is their pain? How do I solve it? Also, you gotta know exactly what your company stands for, all right? What is your company all about? What problems do you actually wanna solve? And more importantly, why do you wanna go ahead and solve those problems? But it all starts with, hey, who's my market? And by the way, what I used to do was basically, I used to sit down and say, hey, I wonder what the person watching my video right now is doing. Where are they watching it? What do they care about? What don't they care about? What's hurting them right now? What's their pain? How can I actually solve that for them? And lastly, you gotta know exactly what your startup cost is going to be, your profits, your ongoing costs, and everything else, okay? But for all my visual learners out there, okay, visual learners here, the answer is, well, YouTube. What do you do here, Tommy? Well, my market, my demographic, I know for a fact is around 80% men, 20% women. That's what it is right now, okay? It's just a game. On top of that, also, I know, for example, they're between the ages of 18 to 24. Some are actually older, and some are actually much older in like their 60s, but the majority is between 18 to 24. On top of that, I also know these people because they're me, you know, and they're frustrated with, hey, I don't know how to invest. No one tells me anything. Everyone wants me to buy a course, all their stuff, right? So if I can solve those problems, guess what? I become the solution to a problem. I become the relief. So they come here to watch my content because basically it has value and it solves problems. That's the idea. On top of that, I also know for a fact, hey, if I'm going to run this business, it means, for example, I might need to start up around like $500 for my camera, my microphone, all that stuff, or just start with my phone. On top of ongoing costs, maybe, for example, $50 a month for what? For software. And lastly, my profits are 0 for now, but eventually you keep growing and growing and growing. But a business plan is simple. It is basically a description of what your business is, also your marketplace, what you're gonna do, and everything else. But if you wanna be very traditional, You got to make a traditional business plan. If you want to have a lean startup like plan, you can also do that also. Look it up on Google and it will also tell you exactly how to do it. But you don't have to do all that work. You just have to know exactly what you're going to do and everything else, okay? That's the plain vanilla idea of business plan and basically the 3 basics, okay? That's all it really is. And by the way, I forgot to mention exactly what my YouTube stands for. It stands for basically teaching people everything I can. That way they learn and can do things on their own, okay? It's all about just information and sharing knowledge. That's all it is. Now, number 5, guys, is all about lining up financing. Hey, Tommy, I need money, okay? I need some money. So what can I do about this, okay? I need financing. The answer is really you don't, okay? I'm going to be honest here. When you start a business and you start it with other people's money, OPM, the big risk is basically if things don't go your way, you will be in a massive amount of debt. And in reality, the odds are 7 out of 10 businesses, they actually fail, okay? They fail. And if you fail, you're going to have the reminder of all that debt that you actually owe. Haha, Tommy, you're stupid. You're stupid. Here's why. Because I'm going to have an LLC, that way I'm protected. Banks are not stupid. I'm not stupid either. Don't call me stupid, okay? But something called, for example, a good guy guarantee. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, good guy guarantee. And the answer is it's kind of like a loophole in contracts you actually sign where basically you become liable for your business debt also. Read about it, okay? So you might think, hey, I owe 100K. I'm not liable for it. It's an LLC. A bank is not stupid. They're going to put the little good guy guarantee in there to make sure if you can't pay, the business can't pay, you're going to pay, okay? So be very careful with this stuff. The answer is, Tommy, but I want to start massive. The answer is just slow the heck down. Just slow down, okay? You start small. You start step by step. So for example, me, how do I do this, okay? I want a YouTube business. Well, let me start with a little camera, either my phone or a $200 camera, $100 camera. I buy a little microphone here. Okay, I got everything I need to get started. And that's about it. You don't need a massive amount of money. Tommy, but I need all this other stuff. Just start with word of mouth. Start small, start slow. Google started in a garage. Apple also. Amazon, I don't know where he started, but it was most likely in a garage also. That's where they all start, right? So you don't need a lot of money. Okay, so just start small. Don't start with a massive amount of debt, especially when you lack experience. It's just you showing impatience and you having this massive risk tolerance, which might not be the best thing, by the way, okay? Now, number 6, guys, is the boring stuff. You got to name and you got to incorporate your business if you want to have liability protection. Now, for 99.99% of you guys, okay, by the way, I'm going to count it also. For most of you guys, an LLC is going to do just fine. You can get an LLC and just call it a day. Limited liability company. That way, when you get sued, you're good to go. On top of that, for some of you guys, okay, you might not have the money to do that. And by the way, LLC, all that stuff is a part of your startup cost. You can basically deduct it from your taxes when you actually start making money with your business. However, if you are super broke, and your business doesn't really have that much risk of actually being sued, the answer is just get a DBA, doing business as. That way, you're actually known as a whole business, but it's not like protected by any means. But the answer is not going to be known as, hey, Charlie's dry cleaning or whatever it is, right? That's my business in a way. And once I have money, I have a proof and all that stuff, I can go out there and get an LLC. That's the whole idea. So you got to go out there and do this. Tommy, I'm not an accountant like you. You don't need to be. You live in a world where basically everyone can do the work for you. There's someone out there that's willing to do it for you if you pay them. The company I've used the most is called LegalZoom. Am I sponsored? The answer is no. So I'm sorry, because when I'm sponsored by something, I can give you a discount code, but this time I don't have one. But I am working and becoming an affiliate, okay? Because basically they have the best service over there. So LegalZoom is going to help you, for example, find an LLC name to make sure it's available, make an EIN number, and do the entire process. For some of you, once you start making a decent amount of money, consider hiring a CPA. A CPA is someone that's an expert when it comes to taxes, right? Obviously. By the way, CPA stands for Certified Public Accountant. These people are experts, so they know exactly where to save money, where not to save money. And eventually that's going to help you out a ton. Yes, it might be a little expensive, but it's also a part of your business expenses, which basically save you money also on taxes. And it's going to save you money overall when it comes to taxes, all right? It's the boring part, but it's the most important part. You don't want to have a business, you get sued, you're not incorporated, and they come after all your assets and all your money, okay? And by the way, little tip here is your company most likely is always going to be broke on paper, because you don't want to keep money in there, because if you do get sued, you want to make sure the money is out, you know, so that way the money is in your account, not in your business account, so that way they can't take that money from you. All right, that's the core idea there. Now, number 7, guys, and the last thing is basically, well, marketing. You can't launch anything without marketing, because marketing lets you know there's actually some interest there. Now, there's 2 types. There's broke marketing, we call that organic, and there's paid marketing, okay? That's all it is, okay? And most of you guys, including me when I first started out, did not have any money to spend millions of dollars when it came to marketing. I'm not Apple, I'm not Steve Jobs, okay? Probably you aren't either, okay? Because he's not here anymore. But the point is, organic marketing, it means basically you tell everyone, including your mama, about your business, okay? And you start to market it, market it, market it. Use and leverage your current social media, your WhatsApp, your contacts, email everyone, tell everyone. On top of that, if you're really big on marketing, what I used to do is basically I printed out little cards with my YouTube name, and I went to everyone and said, hey, here's my card, here's my card, here's my card. I got some subs like that, okay? That way everyone knows about it. They subscribe. I get some of my friends that work at stores those cards also. So help me out a ton, okay? And by the way, one of my friends, Only Prince is his name, he helped me out a ton because basically he worked at a store and it was a phone store. So every time he would like fix a phone, he would always subscribe to those channels with those emails and so on. So it helped me out a lot, okay? But marketing is very important. If you have money, the answer is no marketing is going to make you rich or anything like that, or get you sales if you don't know who your market or your target audience actually is. That's the idea. So if you're targeting older folks, when your content is for like younger folks, you won't get what you actually want. You gotta know exactly who to target. So for example, for YouTube, organic marketing basically means, hey, I'm gonna tell all my friends, my Instagram, everything I could possibly leverage, and just post a lot of content. That content is also gonna be marketed in a way, because YouTube is gonna market it for me. If I'm paid, if I know my audience is between 18 and 24, I go out there, I pay for ads for those people that have certain interests. You can do that, for example, with Facebook ads, also Google ads also, okay? Everything these days is super targeted, okay? So that's the whole idea. You have paid and you also have organic. But by the way, you don't need paid marketing. I've never used paid marketing. Maybe the most expensive, maybe like $50 or $20. I've never actually used any paid marketing. You know, it is not worth it. The only thing I've ever done with YouTube was, I think I bought like 1,000 subscribers initially, like for social proof. Don't do that either. Don't buy subscribers and that stuff. It's just so stupid. It's not worth it. If you get caught, you will get finessed, okay? YouTube doesn't like that stuff, so don't do it. But I admit it because basically, it's a part of the game. I was like, what? 19 years old, 20 years old. I'm 24 now. It's like 5 years ago, okay? So that's the whole game. But just start things off small, step by step. But those are right there, the 7 steps when it comes to starting a business in a successful way. But I don't want to hear, Tommy, I'm too busy. I don't have an LLC. I don't got no money, okay? You can start with whatever you have right now. That's the idea. Guys, if this video helped you, let me know in the comments down below. If you filled out everything I told you in this video from 1 to 7, comment down below. Let me know exactly what your plan is. And I'll comment and tell you, hey, good, you're missing this. You need this right here, okay? I'll help you out as most as I can. And if you have any questions that I did not answer here, well, comment down below. Because again, I post videos every single day. That way, I can answer your questions ASAP also. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified. And on top of that, if you want to DM me, well, join me on Instagram, TommyBryson. And by the way, I have a third channel where I take calls one-on-one for free, by the way, for 30 minutes. The channel is called Ask TommyBryson. Subscribe over there also. That way, I can actually answer your calls if you ask any questions. Another video right here on business ideas. If you want more of those, tap click my face right here. And see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. And as always, peace.